Rissa here with Culture Fuzz. Happy New Year's, guys. We made it to 2019 already off the bat. That is starting the year off great. Before I go any further though, if you guys can do me two favors, if you can hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you can always get notified when I put up new content, while also becoming a part of the Fuzz family. Happy New Year! Seriously. 2019. I'm taking the time to reflect back on 2018 and everything that I've accomplished and grown from and learned and experienced, because I really do feel on an emotional level, really, this has probably been one of the most introspective years. I have definitely done a lot of inner work, a lot of self-care, a lot of rediscovering who I am and rewriting my old story. I think it's really important to reflect, to see what seeds we've planted, to see what we've harvested, and to see what we need to do and the things we need to do this coming year. We've become accustomed to using the new year as a marker. I've come to find out, for me at least, it's become another crutch and just a way to procrastinate me doing the work to become the person that I'm trying to be.
Oh, I'm just gonna live the rest of the year out really mediocre, and then as soon as the ball drops 2019 at 12 a.m., I'm gonna be a new person.
I would set myself up every single time. I was part of that. I fed into that philosophy, and if it works for you, seriously, by all means, do not fix it if it's not broken. Fear of success is one thing that has always been really relevant in my life and really been deep-seated, and I didn't realize how deep-seated until I started doing the inner work this year. I have tons of ideas. I'm really creative. I'm extremely resourceful, but when it comes to doing the hard work, I don't like to do it. I think of excuses all the time of why I cannot do something or why I can't move forward or push myself or whatever the case may be. I get really defensive about it, especially when people try to help me, because I will say I'm not ready, I don't want to do it. You know, when the new year comes, I'll do it, or, you know, on Monday I'll start. It's not working. This year was a really heavy transition, and things happened in my life where it forced me to have different conversations with myself, because it was either sink or swim, and I needed to go with the flow of the decisions that I was making in my life and the repercussions that come with it. One of those things was moving from my apartment that I lived in for 5 years in Los Angeles and moving to a completely different area where the culture is different. It's a lot quieter. I'm left to sit with my thoughts more. I became extremely introspective, and fear of success was definitely one of those dirty mirrors that I had to hold up to myself. I want to put myself out there more. I want to have these conversations. I want to be successful, but I wouldn't be able to do that if I was still having the same conversations, if I was still holding the same dialogue. Allow yourself the space and the wiggle room to find your own rhythm and find your own beat, and maybe New Year's resolutions aren't the tool for you. I know they definitely aren't for me, and if it wasn't for me taking the little tiny steps that I took this past year to really work on myself, and please trust and believe I have a very, very, very long way to go, but I'm in a much better place than I was literally 365 days ago from today. I'm a lot lighter, I'm a lot happier. I have different types of problems, but I look at them differently and I approach them differently. I'm working on becoming more confident in being okay with messing up, failing upward, and feeling my way through what it is that I want to do and how I want to do it, especially with this platform. This is me saying to you guys, it doesn't have to be a New Year's resolution. You don't have to hold yourself accountable to something so boxed in, and there's so much pressure to it, because it's so easy to wake up, you know, after years of not working out, and you wake up on January 1st and you're like, I'm gonna go for a 3-mile run. That in itself does not do you a favor. There's nothing wrong with having that goal. Like, I eventually want to get to 3 miles, but let's be real. Be real with ourselves. Let's be real with where we are, and ask ourselves different questions and have different conversations. So what are the things that I need to do to lead up to me running 3 miles eventually? So today I'll start with a walk around the block to get a feel of where my body is. Start having that dialogue in your head, because you haven't thought about working out in so long, so you have to like get a feel for it. And it's you know, it's kind of like you're dating it, you're getting to know it. This is a new habit, this is a new part of your story that you're writing, because you want to be healthier, you want to invest in your health more. The same thing with dieting. Dieting is another really popular thing that people want to do. in the new year, they want to get healthier. If you haven't eaten healthy the entire year and you haven't practiced those behaviors or, you know, had it in your head at all, you just wake up January 1st and you say, I'm gonna be healthy, and the whole day you're depriving yourself, kind of white knuckling it. But the moment you slip up and have a cookie, you're gonna be like, oh, well, I messed up and I'm just gonna go have a burger and a milkshake. That's not the approach that I suggest. You have to approach it with a little bit more love, a little bit more finesse. Okay, I want to be healthier. Where am I at right now? Is this emotional eating? Am I emotionally attached to this behavior? You know, what are the steps that I need to take to rewrite my story? It's becoming more intimate with yourself. I think it goes a lot deeper than saying,
this is my New Year's resolution and these are the changes that I'm gonna make.
Because by doing that, you're not getting to know yourself, you're not being honest with yourself, and you're not doing the work to be introspective about where you're at realistically. Like, for example, I hadn't worked out for like 3 years. The past 3 years, I'd probably intermittently worked out, but seriously completely neglected my health for about 3 years until January of last year. I'm grateful for the experience. I'm grateful for the collapse because now I have a reference point of where I don't want to be, or how, or what feelings or triggers or red flags to look for to be like, oh, I've been on this path before. I know where it's gonna lead. I need to check myself. I need to continue writing the new story that I want to write. I no longer want to be the unhealthy Rissa. I want to be the healthy Rissa, and these are the steps that I need to take. I'm not good at white knuckling it, especially if I want to develop a long-term behavior or long-term tool. I want to dig deep, find the root, pull it out, and plant a new root and develop and grow a new behavior. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of tears, standing in front of the mirror and being truthful with myself. And I'm definitely still going through that process, but it is 10 times easier than it was. I approached it different. Started going to the gym and doing, you know, like slow walks, or I would do the elliptical, or I would start off doing 5-pound weights, understanding where my body was and developing that mind-body relationship. I'm trying to work out for the rest of my life. I'm not training for a marathon. I don't have a short-term goal with my health. I have an extremely long-term goal with my health. So it's not dieting. It's not just being like, okay, I'm just gonna work out for a few weeks and that's it, I'm done. It's developing deep-seated, deep-rooted habits to becoming the best version of myself. And I knew that starting with my health would be the ultimate domino effect, because if I can master the discipline in that area, I know that I can apply it in other areas. It's a struggle. The transition isn't always simple, but it's a good reference point and it's a good tool to help kind of jump you over to the next level of like building. So fast forward a year later, I'm now able to run a lot easier. My walk is a lot stronger. My back problems, they're pretty much non-existent. I feel a lot happier. I feel a lot healthier. I feel calmer. I feel like more like myself. I've lost 20 pounds since the beginning of the year. You know, to some people that might seem like, holy crap, it took you 12 months to lose 20 pounds. You've got to understand though, this is a long-term behavior. Like, first I had to fix the problem, then develop a momentum and a schedule and a ritual in terms of going to the gym and eating healthy and yada yada. And then now that I've developed this habit, it's now becoming a lifetime thing where I don't even think about it. So I will continually and gradually lose weight until I get to my goal weight, and then I'll just maintain, because I've already had that conversation and developed those mental tools and philosophies. So when I get to that goal weight, I'm not just gonna gain it all back, because I've been completely subjected to that before. I've done it to myself, because it's like, okay, I've developed these short-term tools and these short-term goals and I've achieved them, so now what? I would never think about, when I finally get to my goal, what do I do to maintain? I love food, and the whole goal was to lose weight, and I lost weight, so I get to reward myself with, guess what, more food. No, I had to understand that I had to change my relationship with food, the way that I looked at food, and really have that deep-seated conversation. Do what works best for you, because I fall off the wagon all of the time. And if I used a New Year's resolution as a tool to determine my success, I would never freaking make it. I would never have made this platform. I never would have lost the weight. I never would have made the changes in my life that I needed to make for the sake of my happiness, like the sacrifices that I've had to make, and being completely just so scared shitless about some of these decisions, but I went off of faith and choosing myself and choosing my happiness first. And that's one of the ultimate things. Like, if I had to choose a resolution, here's my resolution. I'm going to continue investing in my growth and my self-care. Self-care means being okay with falling off the wagon, with being okay with messing up and fucking up and not doing well, but learning and getting up and dusting it off and knowing that you are the best version of yourself and you're continuing to work to be the best version of yourself. And we are all human. Mistakes happen. The only time mistakes become a nuisance and they no longer become productive and they actually become destructive is when you no longer learn from them and you continue to do the same mistake over and over and over. And that was a problem that I had. I kept making the same mistakes. I kept making the same decisions because I would not change my behavior. I would not change my dialogue or the way that I was thinking or the way that I was talking to myself. And it didn't do me any favors. And I was caught stuck running on a hamster wheel endlessly, and I was miserable. Life is scary. Things are scary. You can't predict what's going to happen, and you're not in control of what's going to happen, but you are in control of how you react to things. I'm no longer going to allow fear to take over what I do. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm putting myself out there. I'm seeing what you guys gravitate towards. I'm seeing what works. I'm seeing what doesn't work, because that's the best way to do it. That is the formula that has been written for us, and we would be a fool not to follow it. So I wish you nothing but peace, light, and love in this new coming year. If you take anything from this video, just understand time is relative and time is what you make it. And there's no marker on growth and success and when you should dive in and when you should do something. That is up to you. That is the beauty of this. You are the master of your own world and the creator of your own story and the singer of your own song. That's it. I wish you nothing but the best and success. And if you're interested in hearing some of the tools that I use to help me stay in this mindset and develop my emotional intelligence or what exercises I do, I would be more than happy to share with you guys. If you guys do something or have any thoughts or have any tools on what you use to self-develop and grow and get past any types of ruts, I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to have that conversation. I'm looking to talk with you guys, link with you guys, vibe with you guys. And this coming 2019, I really want to connect more with my audience and really shine a light on a lot of small businesses that are competing with bigger brands and hearing stories of success and overcoming. And you guys, I'm so excited. You can find Culture Fuzz on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Culture Fuzz. Twitter is Culture Fuzz Fuzz. You can find me on my website, www.culturefuzz.com, where you can find all of these videos and also some really awesome additional blogs, all compacted into one little website. Thanks again for joining me, guys. I hope you guys got some seeds. I hope you guys got some gems, or if you know someone that can benefit from this video, from this message, please share. And I will see you guys back next time. Culture Fuzz out. Bye.